On the occasion of her promotion to Lieutenant Colonel, Colonel Christy Matana will officiate today's ceremony, and my sister Nina will be the prophet. Please rise as we welcome the official party and playing of the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Matana will begin the ceremony with a few remarks.
All right, I'm not quite as tall as Ava here, so. So good evening. I'm so happy to be here to share this special day with Melissa and her family and friends. Melissa and I met when we were both stationed at Spangdahlem, Germany, and then we were both assigned to new assignments. I went back to the States, and Melissa moved on with her family to Ramstein, Germany. But the Air Force is truly a small world. Just a few months ago, Melissa and her family moved to Langley Air Force Base in Virginia, and I'll be stationed there this July. I understand that for many of you, this is your first time at a military ceremony. So I wanted to take a few minutes to share some information about military promotions and military medicine. Military promotion ceremonies have existed since ancient times and provide an opportunity for family and friends to celebrate the promotee. While the focus is on the promotee, the ceremony also serves to motivate others to strive for excellence and demonstrate that hard work pays off. Additionally, the attendance of family, friends, and co-workers at the ceremony serves to recognize that the promotee did not get to their position alone. I modify the saying, it takes a village to raise a child, to it takes a village to make a major or lieutenant colonel. While military promotions have existed for centuries, women officially serving in the military and being promoted is a relatively new concept. In the U.S., women have been pivotal in military casualty care since the Revolutionary War. However, they were not permitted to be commissioned in the military as officers until 1901 in the Army Nurse Corps. Shortly after the Air Force was established in 1947, the Air Force Medical Service was created and housed the Nurse Corps. Nurses have served in every major military conflict since then. As a nurse in the Air Force, Melissa is in a very special select population. Additionally, being promoted to the rank of Lieutenant Colonel is no small feat. Of those in Melissa's peer group who were eligible for promotion, only about 50% were selected to be promoted to Lieutenant Colonel. Just staying in the military long enough doesn't guarantee promotion. So what was Melissa's secret to success? Unlike many of us in military medicine, Melissa didn't come into the military simply to get college or school paid for. She graduated from nursing school and was an accomplished nurse, but suffered from the crazy hours that her job required. As fate would have it, she happened to see ads for Navy and Air Force nursing and recognized that this was a way that she and Scott could expand their opportunities and explore the world. Since entering the Air Force, she has seized those opportunities. Over the past 15 years, she's had 5 different assignments and 2 deployments. As her nursing resume grew, so did her family. She, Scott, and their daughter Ava began their Air Force adventure, and their family has expanded to include Nina and Layla. She has excelled in varied nursing positions, including outpatient and inpatient clinics, as well as in education and training. In her performance reports, her commanders praise her impeccable and peerless leadership. But this isn't just words. They demonstrated their trust and faith in her abilities when, at several different assignments, she was selected to cover as the head nurse during absences. In fact, her last several performance reports state that her next job should be as the chief nurse of a medical facility. However, it's unlikely that you will have heard Melissa mention any of this because she's extremely humble. As a leader, she notes that she works beside her troops and doesn't require things of them that she doesn't expect of herself. Always inquisitive, she has thrived in roles that enable her to interact with those from diverse cultures. As the lead for planning and executing the European-African Military Nursing Exchange, she had the opportunity to interact with nurses from 19 different countries. This engagement allowed her to learn how the nurses dealt with various crises affecting the health of their countries. During Operation Afghani Welcome, she served as the head of the clinical team that received refugees from Afghanistan with little notice. The unique circumstances of this situation required her to juggle American, German, and Afghan requirements and cultural expectations. Amidst all of these accomplishments, when asked for the key to her success, Melissa attributes it to the support and love that her family has provided her. So Melissa, I turn to you now to provide you a few thoughts to guide you as you grow in your leadership skills. First, continue to listen more than you talk. It's a common misperception that leaders, or those of the higher rank, have all the answers. However, as you likely have already recognized, the leader does not have the monopoly on good ideas. Though at times you'll be required to make the final decision, soliciting input from others provides you with a more accurate picture of the situation and often results in more effective decision making. Secondly, recognize the importance of teamwork. No one succeeds alone. Ensure that those around you recognize your respect for them and feel free to share their honest opinions. Tied to this is the need for you to be honest with them. Praise them in public, and if correction is necessary, provide it in private. And be willing to admit when you are wrong or misinterpret something. This allows others to see your human side and increases their trust in and respect for you. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, expect that people are generally motivated by good intentions. When someone acts in a manner contrary to this, inquire about it with a genuine desire to understand their perspective. This allows both of you to grow in understanding and liking respect for each other. With that, Melissa, I'm honored to be here today, and I'm so proud of all you've accomplished. I'm excited to see you continue to grow as a nurse and as an Air Force officer at Joint Base Langley. Congratulations on your promotion to Lieutenant Colonel. Publish the order.
Attention to orders. The President of the United States, acting upon recommendation of the Secretary of the Air Force, has placed special trust and confidence in the patriotism, integrity, and abilities of Major Melissa Penn in review of these special qualities and her demonstrated potential to serve in the higher grade. Major Melissa Penn is promoted to the grade of Lieutenant Colonel States Air Force, effective May 1st, 2022, by the order of the Secretary of the Air Force. Grammy, can you please come to the front and your daughter with her new ring?
No stick pin? I thought you were tough.
Colonel Sultana will now re-administer the oath of office.
Oh, never mind.
Will Daddy and Layla please come to the front to bestow Mom with her new hat to solidify her transition from the rank of Major to Lieutenant Colonel?
Steve, could you mind without my hat? Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, now we'll go to Sultana. Will now re-administer the oath of office.
I, Melissa Penn,
Having been appointed a Lieutenant Colonel
having been appointed a Lieutenant Colonel
in the United States Air Force,
in the United States Air Force,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Melissa Penn.
Two, I'm very short. Okay, so some of those comments, seeing your faces, my husband and my kids, I would invoke some emotion, but if you guys know me well, you know it's probably difficult for me not to cry, so that's your warning.
Right.
All right, good morning, or good evening, everyone. We're so happy everybody could be here today. It's so good to see everyone's faces. We haven't seen most of you in over 7 years. And then secondly, we wanted to share this part of our lives with you because we have not been able to in the 15 years that we've been in. It's pretty much just been my immediate family who's been there going through all of these fun celebrations together. But so many of you in this room have been a part of that, supporting our family, supporting Scott and the girls when I've been away, downrange and deployed, and then just day-to-day stuff, right, and holidays and other celebrations. So we're happy to do this with you today, and it's so good to see everyone, so thank you. So Colonel Santana mentioned where we know each other from, so we do go back to Spangdahlem. When we were first stationed there, she was the lead doctor of the medical facility. And let me tell you, she's extremely smart, she's brilliant, she is very passionate about the medical operations in the med group. I have sat at many leadership tables with her, not at the table, I hadn't been invited to the table yet. I get to sit in the second row. But let me tell you, she knows her stuff and she will just stay on point until a decision is made, and she's very effective as a leader. When she was there, and we kind of separated, like she says, small Air Force, not knowing when we might cross paths again, but typically happens more times than not. So we will be together at Langley, and we'll be working together again. And honestly, I'll probably be working for her, but I look forward to that. So I want to talk a little bit about my uniform for a minute. Some of you may be wondering why I'm not wearing the fancy blue uniform with the jacket, the shiny rank, all the ribbons that capture the main elements of my career. I promised my husband I would wear that one for the retirement ceremony. But today I had a choice. Well, other than the fact that all my uniforms are still packed in a crate coming somewhere from Germany, but it still was my choice to wear this one. It's because of symbolism of it. This is the uniform that I wear every day. This is the uniform that my kids see me leave in every day. This is the uniform that I leave in every day. It's the uniform that I care for patients in every day. It's the uniform that I wore in the airport when my family was picking me up from my last deployments. And it's the uniform that my brethren have worn, that the Afghanis mentioned the importance of when they were going through their crisis in August, and they saw this pattern, that they had a sense of hope, that they were onto their way of safety. And that was reiterated many times. It's the uniform pretty much that I've seen it all in. This uniform has carried my tears, my sweat, my stress, my joy, my fear, my hope, my exhaustion, my elation, my husband's name, our family name, and all the memories over the last 15 years. So for that, I think it was the perfect choice. If you want to see me in my somewhat similar to a flight attendant uniform, then you come to my retirement ceremony. So as the day was coming closer and I was reflecting on all the events that brought me here, the highlights of my career, the accomplishments, struggles, great assignments, memories that my family and I have made, I was overwhelmed. I've been fortunate in my career from all the mentors that I've had. I always meet people that seem to just want to take me under their wing and provide me opportunities and a look into the experience that they had of things that I won't come across for many years from now. So I've been able to learn very early in my career things that now I'll be doing at this rank, and I was very fortunate for that. None of these successes come without standing on the shoulders of giants and the huge support that I've had along the way. While Sir Isaac Newton coined that phrase, standing on the shoulder of giants, applying it to scientific progress, it also applied to any development, progress, and success. No one succeeds in a vacuum. Professionally, it's from others' experiences, lessons, and advice that I have learned how to propel my own ideas and progress in my career, both nursing and military. Personally, it's because of who is surrounding me. So again, thank you to all of our close family and friends for your support over these years from a great distance, as we appreciate it so much. Thank you, Mom, for always being in my corner and believing in me from a very young age. What people sometimes don't see is the operation that goes on behind the scenes. You all see us move time to time. We put up some nice fancy pictures of the places we visited, but there's a lot that goes into the daily workings. It's really the family that makes the sacrifices and needs to be recognized. From numerous moves, leaving schools that the kids loved, not being able to fulfill your own professional dreams, and friendships that have been cut short. To my girls who bring me joy, you're my driving force for many things. You are empathetic, kind, smart, and loving girls, and this journey has meant everything to me because of you. Now you. You've been my rock since day one. When I first brought up this wild idea to Scott, he was so supportive. I don't even think he missed a beat or had to think for a second. And he's been with me every step of the way. We laugh at home of all the hats that he wears. Some I won't share in here. But let me tell you, he does far more than I do. He has been, besides taking care of our family and our home and all the business aspects that come with running a home, he's been my confidant, my advisor. A lot of the great things I've done is because he's given me the encouragement to do it, or a perspective that I had not been thinking of or seeing. Sometimes I call him devil's advocate and I don't like it, but he's usually right. And so I don't always tell you that. I could not be where I am today without my children, but especially without Scott. And as much as I wear this rank and get the recognition is my family and he should have it more so, because I couldn't have done this without you. And I'm so happy with the life that we've built, and I'm so happy to be here with you all, and this makes it so much more special than doing it at Langley with a few people that I barely know and going through formalities. This is us. This is how we like to do things. We do it big, and I really appreciate everything, babe, and I thank you for that. That's all that I have. So I'll turn it over to you.